can't trust every. All right, so it's 5 in the morning right now, and the only reason I'm driving at this time was because I've been up since 1 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for like 4 hours straight, and I was just watching YouTube videos, watching YouTube shorts, and it occurred to me. I started getting depressed. I started feeling down. I'm like, what is my life? What is my purpose, right? And I'm just like, oh, bro, I was not feeling like this when I was on vacation. And of course, I don't think anybody will feel that way when they're on vacation, to a degree, of course. But the thing is that I realized I'm feeling like this because of my environment, because of my apartment. Like, it's a really small apartment. I live in basically an attic, and it's really cheap. It's livable, but you're sacrificing a huge amount of your mental health, and that's something that I didn't understand till recently. I wouldn't say till today. I kind of figured that's why I went on vacation, but I didn't figure it out till recently. And I've been there for like 4 or 5 years, and I used to always wonder why I would be so depressed. I would, I would assume that it was the way I was raised, the people I put myself around, and all those factors play a part, of course. But I've seen myself in my best, and I've seen myself consistently, and I'm like, man, this is not me, right? My mentality has messed up so many relationships with people that I actually cared about. And I used to always blame myself, or I'll blame them. And honestly, I'm actually grateful. I have no regrets of anything in the past because it made me have this sort of sense of clarity now that I'm talking right now and seeing that, oh, all right, cool. Like, I'm not fucked up. It's just the fact that I'm in a situation or in a place where it's kind of designed to like keep you small. And if you're somebody who likes to think big, who likes to be ambitious, being in an area like that could cause a lot of friction. And so I'm starting to put the pieces together and see that, man, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. I could do way more than I thought I could. I have potential to do a lot of more things, and there's people. I got to be grateful for to be in the position that I'm in because there's people that are probably doing worse than me. You know, and I'll say this: I got up literally because my first thought was to like make a fucking video. Go on you. I was like, yo, let me make a video. Let me go out because I'm starting to see that I'm being depressed because I can't sleep and I'm in my house in this little ass apartment and I can't do nothing about it. Well, I could do something about it, but I can't do nothing about my feelings being inside. So let me step out. Let me go for a joyride at 5 o'clock in the morning and just talk on the camera. Try to really articulate or dissect what it is that is fucking me up, messing me up mentally. And that's what it is, man. A lot of the problems that we see sometimes ain't really that much of a problem. It's just we see it from a level where our bubble is so small that we can't see outside of it. We can't expand our thought process correctly. We can't see from across the horizon. And it's like, man, once you see that your problems ain't as big as they were, you start to remind yourself like, yo, I'm that dude. Like, what am I stressing for, right? What am I stressing for? And it's okay. It's okay to have those days where you're feeling bad, when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling depressed, and all of those other negative thoughts. But one thing that I'll say is that when I was on vacation, I noticed how happy I was being around people, being in an area where my living space wasn't so small, and just being able to express my surroundings, basically appreciate my surroundings. And man, I realized too that I'm a completely social person. It just had to take some repetition all over again in order for me to step outside and feel confident in myself. Because being in that house all day and not stepping outside, especially because of cold weather, it makes you think that you're all alone in life and that you really have no purpose. For me, it did, and for I'm pretty sure for a lot of people it may be the same thing because my apartment isn't really, like I said in the beginning of the video, isn't really a place where you want to stay at forever. And I overstayed my welcome, but I went on vacation. I'm just like, man, all this shit is in my head, and it's where I'm living that makes me assume that I'm this type of person when I'm really not. I'm better than what I think I am. And you know that saying that life is basically a reflection of your own perception. So if I keep myself in a boxed area like my apartment and not step out, I'm gonna assume that my life is small. So I tell people, like, I want to tell people, or the many people that potentially see this video, change your environment, bro. Sometimes that's just what it is. Sometimes it's just the area you at. I was I was in a sunny area, nice weather by the ocean, and yeah, you could say that'll make everybody happy. But it was a stark difference, like such a difference when I felt when I came back and realized that, wow, like my life could be a whole lot better, but I'm just resulting to this because I want to stay complacent because of fear, especially of taking action. And that quote from Game of Thrones always stuck to me. And it was when the Targaryen from the North Watch, that's what I think it's called, from the Wall, was talking to Jon Snow. He tells Jon Snow, he's like, "Yo, he says, kill the boy and let the man be born." And once I realized that I was still living in the mindset of a young child, mind you, I'm in my 20s, and I had to just make that sacrifice to eliminate certain things that don't equate to my life anymore. I started to see that my actions meant more meaning. It felt like I was leading towards something, and I don't have a concrete idea as to what it is yet, but every step I take now, every action I make feels like it's something worth doing. So make the sacrifices if you have to. Uh, if something just keeps causing you friction and not letting you grow personally or mentally and physically, man, you got to make the sacrifice because that's that saying where it comes back to, like, that was the boy version of you. You got to let that kid go already and let the man be born. Express our masculinity. I don't even think I said that word correctly. And perfect example was, like, for me, even though I still play like story mode games and single player games, it was mostly my fear of missing out and my addiction or relationship with gaming. And with gaming, for me, it was a part of my life, all my life. But there was always this voice in the back of my head, at least for like the last 5, 6 years. Like every time I'll get on, it'll be like, yo, why are you on the game? Why are you on this? And I didn't really listen to it. I didn't listen to it at all. And it was merely because I wanted to play with my friends. I wanted to be in the action. I wanted to have fun. But I was just wasting my time. No bullshit. I was literally wasting my time. And I like to say that it taught me something. So in a weird way, I wasn't wasting my time, but it taught me something. And when you have that thought, you have to follow your intuition. And with that said, I learned that sometimes we have to just love the fact that we don't know what's to come in the upcoming future, right? So we have to be we have to learn how to have a good relationship with the uncertainty of life, right? And so I was clinging on to gaming because I didn't want to know what my life would be like if I didn't game. I didn't want to know because it made me so depressed not to play video games. But I fought through it this time. I I didn't join the Discord. I disconnected my computer. I disconnected my Xbox. Like I did all that, and it was a tough few months for like the last like 3 4 months. But I'm starting to see now why I did it, and man, I've been doing a whole lot of things that I'm actually proud of. I've been taking better steps towards my life. Uh, I was a kid or a person who thought that I was far behind everybody else until I realized that nobody really know what they're doing. They just following orders, following the rules, and that's one thing that I didn't do. And so when I didn't do that, people pointed the fingers at me or didn't really respect me, and it was like, man, I'm just trying to find my way just as much as y'all are, but y'all obligated to follow the rules, and I'm just not. And that caused me a lot of friction as well too, because I didn't know if I was doing the right thing or not. I didn't know what I wanted. A lot of the things that I felt like I was doing before was mostly out of I'm seeking attention from other people, and man, that will take you down a dark ass road, bro. Dark. I'm talking like dark, and there's still situations where, to a degree, I still feel that like my nervous system still gets tangled up with situations like that. But I'm starting to realize too that I'm more conscious and aware when I feel the anxiety coming from a situation striking my nervous system, and I'm learning how to react better towards it. So in a way, I'm strengthening my nervous system to be more adaptive towards situations like that, because at the end of the day, is the situations where I would feel nervous or shocked and frustrated weren't never really that big. It was just factors that I grew up a certain way. I never really practiced um, trying to regulate my nervous system. I never really expressed it. I didn't know what it was. And so all those things factored in. And, I was tied to not diving into fear. People say fear is good, which in some cases it is. But for the most part, in my experiences, fear was mostly just insecurity and fear of rejection, fear of success, honestly, fear of not proving people right, fear of people looking at me different. That's what it was. And so that's why I say that I can't regret anything I've done, because now all the things that I've done, all the things that have been done to me, success, failures, mistakes, I don't regret none of it, because I wouldn't even be talking like this if shit didn't happen to me. You know, maybe in another life, but not this one, baby. I was chosen this life for a reason, and you start to see that everything does happen for a reason. Not to say, and not to use it as an excuse to justify situations, but when you try, when you're honest, when you're trying to be yourself, sometimes things don't. Sometimes things fall short for you, and you start to wonder why. But then months, years, weeks, days later, you understand why it happened. So that's where my confidence comes from. That's where accepting of who I am comes from, and that's where that feeling that made me jump out of my bed at 5 o'clock in the morning just to take a little joyride and talk on the phone came from. So I hope y'all have a nice day. I hope everything happens in y'all favor as long as y'all confident and learn to be yourself and know yourself, and never to really force anything, but just appreciate, but don't stay attached to things, you know. So y'all be easy.